Hey everybody, welcome to Vaporshades. My name's Billy, if you didn't already know. And I'm going to walk you through part one and of creating them, and then part two will be finishing them. This is how I do it. I don't know anything about paint or anything like that. I just figured this out. So if you know of a better way, let's always test it out. That's how I got here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is take out the lenses, and you want to find the weakest part. It'll come right out just like that, and it's usually near the bottom. Sometimes it's in the top corners, very rarely, but it's usually in the bottom around the outside. Alright, so you just put those lenses somewhere safe, and then I usually just put them in a pouch like this, and I overlap them inside. And it's an easy way to store them because they're not going to be used for a couple days. Yeah, I just kind of just put them on top like that, kind of fit in each other. I'm kind of in a hurry. I just got home from work, so I'm kind of tired. So now I'm just going to sand or scrape it with this green pad. I'm only going to do half so you can see what it's like to not do it on the other half. Only because you need to do that so the paint will stick to it. You kind of want to be a little gentle with the sunglasses themselves, especially around the arms. I'll tighten up the screws after I put the wire in later, but if it's like loose, like these kind of are, you don't want them touching each other when they're going into the paint or when they're done. But yeah, so you just want to get everything, outside, inside, up by the sides there, under it, top. I try to do it the same way every single time. That way, I wonder if did I already do that part? Like, yep, from here I did it that way. The noses are kind of hard. You gotta take a little bit of time in there to get in there nice and snug. These are easy. You don't have to hit it so hard. I'm just kind of hitting it hard because I just want to get it real good. And I want to show you the difference between not sanding it and sanding it, and why it's important. I've tried liquid sander. It eats at the glasses in the metal. You want to be careful right here. If you hit it too hard, the little eyelet thing will come out, and then you don't have an eyelet thing. And I don't know. I guess you can sell those, but yeah, you want to get inside because the paint's going to wrap all the way through it. The nose, and you want to get on the inside of the nose because that kind of like makes it, because it goes all the way through. It's pretty cool. Yeah, just make sure you just get everything, and I'm going to move through this real quick. Alright, I'm about done sanding them now. I've gone through it a million times. And that's the difference between how it looks. You can tell how clear it is, the non-sanded side compared to the sanded side. See how flimsy the arms are? We're going to want to tighten those up later on. Alright, so I rinsed them off, and now I'm going to dry them off with a paper towel. You don't want the lint in there because you're about to paint them. And paper towel works pretty good. You can use a paper towel for a while. Yeah. So I'm going to cut about 3 to 4 to 5 inches, I can't tell, of this wire that I get. You want it thin. I think I got it for you guys. And hopefully it's nice and thin because you're going to wrap it around the arms when you dip it into the water. So you just pull, cut. Pretty simple. Do a bunch at a time because you're going to be doing a bunch at a time. It doesn't really pay to be doing one at a time just because, as you'll see at the end of this video, it's actually like just 11 minutes from start to finish. So you could probably do one pair in 15 minutes. It's not bad. So I start from the outside, go over the top, and I come down to the bottom because the way we're going to push it into the water, you want it sitting there instead of the other way around. After this, I'm going to spray it with alcohol. This will get all the oil from my fingers off it. And then I'm going to hang it up and let it air dry for about 10 minutes. Or however long it takes. By the time you get done with like the third or fourth one, the first one's already dry. So these are clear, primer, and white. And you can even use them in regular colors too, just like to give it something cool. But there's the white. You want to shake these up real good. I'm not going to use these. Alright, right now I'm just getting the film out. I want to see how much film I have in this. So before I put the water in, I rinsed out the bag as much as possible. Not as much, obviously. There's always going to be film in there. But you just rinse it out, then you fill it up. This is room temperature water. I usually let it sit at least 3 hours, if not a day. But, 3 hours. I mean, I just put this in probably about 10 minutes ago, so whatever. Anyways, so now I'm going to primer it. So I should have shaken the white up really good. The more you put it in one location, the brighter it's going to be. So I'm going to grab the glasses, and when I dip them in, I'm going to dip them upside down, because I want the nose to go in first. And then you do it not at a 45-degree angle, but, just a slight angle, enough to where, like, the paint isn't the same and it's moving. And if you just do it straight up and down, there's going to be parts that don't get paint. So this is just, I found the best way. And you don't have to do it too slow, but you don't need to do it too fast. You don't get a good view of it here, but you'll see it when you do it. It just takes practice. I mean, it's not even that hard, but you'll just figure it out. Then I let it hang for a minute once it gets down there, and I'm going to brush off the top. You can not brush up the top and repaint it white coming up, but I find that it puts streaks in it. When you get done painting them, just hang them up. And they're almost dry, almost automatically. Not dry, but like they're sticky. So you can even touch it, it might be alright, but not immediately, obviously. So give it like 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, you're just going to pat it dry with another paper towel, or the same paper towel, doesn't matter. And you'll see that not a lot of paint gets on it, especially when you do the colors. Because you don't want water to build up on it and let it sit too long, because I guess that can mess up the paint. And sometimes leave spots in the thing, in the actual glasses. And here's a spot from the side we didn't sand. So obviously it doesn't take too well. It's just better to do the sanding. I've tried it a million times. I tried liquid deglosser. That doesn't work. It'll eat at the sunglasses. You get too many failures. And I tried sandpaper, and that's just too much. And I find that the green scratch pad is the best. So this is black, I believe. Yeah. It's a good color, good base color that you're going to want. And then it depends on what you want the main color to be. Obviously, that's going to be the color you put in the most. But I like to put in my third and fourth colors first, because that gives me a lot of room to play with when I'm doing like 1 and 2. But you can always kind of change it around. You got to do this kind of fast, because this paint will dry real fast on the water. You'll see if you let the white sit there for a while and you walk away from it, it almost becomes solid on top. So here's some yellow. I think I had some turquoise in there. I want the main color to be turquoise, so I'm going to put some more turquoise back in there. And obviously now I want a little more pink in the middle, so I'm going to add some more pink in the middle. And then I'm going to grab my skewer pretty fast. And you don't want to do it too fast. You want to make sure you're just watching the paint. because you don't want to create holes in the paint. Oh, I almost got one there, so I stopped. And now I'm just going to push it to the outside. So you want as much surface area as possible when you're putting it in. Grab the glasses. This is a fast process. Here we go, same angle, kind of slow. You kind of want to find the pattern you want to start with and put that right in the nose. That's what I like to do. Letting them hang, getting the surface area off. Alright, there you go. That's the side we sanded. That's the side we didn't sand. Scratch. And that's why you wear gloves too. I can't tell you how many times I forgot to wear gloves. And it only happened like once, but I had to go to work and I had to like scrub my hand so hard, so don't forget the gloves. Here we go. There they are. There it is. So you can kind of see it's got water on it. So after about 5-10 minutes, just take another paper towel and just dab it, because I think you don't want water just resting on it. I think it messes up the paint, and it has messed up the paint. You'll see. And there you go. There's some Vaporshades. Now you're going to want to let this rest for like at least a day. I like to give it 2, because when you put the polyurethane on, it could spread the paint too much, and it can mess up the paint, and then you have another failure. You want to reduce as many failures as possible. I used to be like 30% success rate, and now I'm at like 80-90% success rate. Nothing's ever 100%, unfortunately. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Alright, just let me know what questions you have. I'm going to make a second part about finishing it after this one dries for a day or so, and then I'll make that and send that your way, and then you should have it, and then yeah, we'll put it together. It'll be all good. Alright, just call me if you have any questions. Welcome to Vaporshades. This is going to be so much fun. I'm really glad that you guys are part of the team. It's enthusiasm is what makes these glasses so cool, and I've kind of been so focused on this other job I'm doing that I just kind of didn't get a chance to fulfill it. And I'm in Alaska. You know how hard it is to sell sunglasses in Alaska 9 months out of the year? So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. All right, peace.